Ashes of Creation is on fire. And not in a good way. Because, guys, I'm not the type of person that says, I told you so, but I have. Now, everyone with a semi-functioning frontal lobe could have seen this happening miles away, but some people, especially on the Reddit page, clearly haven't. Now, I have absolutely no idea what came through their mind when they thought it was a good idea to release an unfinished product who has been 10 years in development, by the way, to Steam. But yeah, the game has been review bombed, and it seems like people are mad. Now, this post is kind of funny. I want to just go through the Reddit and see what new memes we have here and like what news we got. But like this is, they don't know they're getting scammed. People playing Game Pass the starter zone. If you watched the gameplay for Ashes, you know it's the most bare bones experience ever. I actually bought the game because I wanted to like kind of play it and see for myself. And then I watched all the reviews and I just got a refund instantly. I'm not gonna spend a dime on that. It's crazy. I can't believe they even charged a price for it. If it was free to play, I think it would have been fine. But the fact they have the audacity to take more money from you after they already had their millions from Kickstarter, even after claiming Steven, the head director and the guy who pretty much funds all of this, is claiming that he already have the necessary funds to complete the game, why do they take more money than you? It's just so weird. If you really want testers, then handpick some tester and give them keys. But otherwise, just make the game free. If you want like really to do a really big stress test, like make it free. Okay? That can also work. Why do you charge more money? It was always so fishy to me, and I can't believe that there are still people defending this. But to be honest, I think the majority has shifted, and now people, instead of being hyped for the game, are dooming the game, because whenever people jump between stuffs, they just jump between the two extremes. Now, to be honest, if I think there's a hope for this game, no. From what we've seen, they haven't been transparent clearly, and something is very much a foul at their workplace because they're not doing stuff right. The development process is clearly stuck, and we haven't been communicated properly because we aren't made aware of that. It's just kind of what we saw. And I mean, the Steam launch pretty much just proved that. So yeah, I mean, I guess you can see right here what the entire front page of the sub looked like. Dude, I love this one. It's actually hilarious. They don't know they're getting scammed. So, okay, first comment. Game was always doomed to have a massive echo chamber of haters. Everyone was aware of that ahead of the Steam debut, but the people actually playing the game in the spirit of, yes, I know it is incomplete product, are mostly saying, but what is here is actually quite good overall. Brother, I don't know what you're huffing, but give me some of that because that is some good shit. Everything you just said is false. I think that this is... No, I don't think. Actually, no. This is the first time I actually heard Kickstarter backers pushing back against this. It's crazy. I had in my comments, and I seen like on Reddit and different type of posts, like people who back this game up are tired. They are literally out of it, and they are extremely disappointed. And to be honest, I'm fully aware of why. Like, it just makes sense. They expected a finished product by now, and now they have grandkids. So shame on you for actually make them wait this long for this much. Well, I can't even call it this much. It's just nothing at all. But it's just so funny to me. So let's continue reading it. Obviously, the game needs more meat on the bones. A lot more. Brother, all they offered you is a tutorial. And that's pretty much it. And a PvP area where you kind of forced to do PvP, which is complete and utter garbage. Because whenever you force a player to do PvP, you're bound to lose game. If you are a long-time dedicated MMO player such as myself, you already know that no PvP-based MMO have stood the test of time. There's a reason why every single MMO that succeeded had separated PvP from PvE. Because the way humans work is when you gang up on a couple of losers and you destroy their experience, they're gonna be angry with the game. Now, one of two things is going to happen naturally. They either gonna quit the game, which I think will happen most of the time, or if you can't beat them, join them. So they would join your guild, and then you will have mercy upon them, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you're delusional to the point where you think you're gonna be in that 1% of people that likes to bully the little guy and constantly grief them through PvP, you're mistaken. There are people who make video games their lives, and they will always be on top of you. And if you play on a streamer server, all you will have to do is pray to God you would manage to be on their side, because everyone will bully you inside of the game. And if you think otherwise, you are Delulu, my friend. And that's why PvP-based game never took off, and they're always bad. I mean, PvP MMO, sorry, not base game. Obviously, everyone loves PvP when it's an appropriate game made for that, but not in an MMO setting, because I think Asmongold said it best. When you make PvP a choice, then the people who like to play PvP will naturally go there. But if you force it on anyone, then the people who don't want to play PvP are still forced to do it. And that's a problem. Now, because, you know, they're just bound to get bullied, right? And that's never a good thing. Now, let's see if you wrote anything interesting. If you are interested in being involved in the live development, well, you know, okay. MMO, it's probably still a few years off 1.0. Dude, the game has been 10 years in development since 2015. We are at the precipice of 2016. Do you realize how bad that is? Do you realize that no game should be in development for 10 years? No good game. Wait, can you guys give me one good game that has been in development for over a decade? I don't think there's a single game that made it out alive after being in development for 10 years and was good. Like, no way. No way. And also, yeah, this is absolutely worth buying because of the core of the gameplay is actually very good. There is no core gameplay. On the other hand, if you're looking for the most fleshed out, yeah, a few years, no. Okay, yeah. So everything you just said was strictly false in here. Very much fun. So this is a high copium take. This is what we would call it, you know, in the field of expertise. But this guy's just delusional. I mean, guys, come on. 10 plus years in development. This is such a huge problem, because why would you accept more of it? How is this, in 10 years, what you've got for gameplay when you're using an engine that doesn't even belong to you? You're using an outside source engine that people build games on it alone. Like, one person can literally take Unreal Engine and build an amazing game, but you, with a fully dedicated team of developers, can't do MMORPG with all that funding. I mean, I understand that it takes a lot of money. I'm fully aware of it. MMOs are the most expensive genre of video games to create. I'm fully aware of that. But they have the funds. So why are we still at this point? It doesn't make any sense. Now let's see if there's anything more interesting here. This game was always doomed to have a massive echo chamber of haters and supporters. That is true. You see many diluted takes on the subreddit, both hating and glazing this game, even though the reality is somewhere in between. Actually, Reddit rational take? Damn, that's crazy. So, again, it may sound like I'm dooming this game. I'm not dooming anything. I still think the game is going to release. I know most people like to call it, like, scam. I don't think it's a scam. The game will release. I've always said that. But yeah, I don't think it's just going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's not doom thing to say. I don't think the game will suit the taste of many players. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Already saw that. What is this? This has to be the cheapest looking channel I've ever seen in a video game, and that's from a cinematic dude. Okay, he's being petty, but okay, that's kind of funny. Let's see. This game is not being review bombed. Whoa, there are a ton of comments. Okay, let's check this out. Seems interesting. I haven't played. I have no intention of playing until full release. Well, enjoy until, 2050. And that being said, the amount of bitching I've seen of people who would bend over Steven Asked Nicely is insane. That is true. People are not review bombing. I don't think the defenders know what review bombing means. Google it, it's easy. People are trying it. People are not liking it. And as a result, they leave a negative review. That is so facts. Holy, I hate the term review bombing being used as some sort of a, way to obfuscate and say that, hey, the game is actually really good, but, haters gonna hate and they just review bomb the game. It doesn't mean that it's bad. Brother, there's a reason for why review bombs happen. 99% of the time, they're for good reasons. And you can take Cyberpunk as an example. Everyone were hyped for the game. If you've been there before the game actually released, you knew people were crazy all over it. It was insane. Like, being at that time was crazy, including myself. I pre-ordered it, and I pre-ordered nothing, okay? And by the way, after doing that, I never pre-ordered anything ever again in my entire life. But I learned my lesson. Regardless, whenever the game released, it was review bombed to oblivion. But it was for a good reason. Now, Ashes is the same exact thing. It's not that the game is being review bombed because we got a semi-release, which, also a bad thing when you consider the fact that they literally took money from you. But yeah, that's not the main issue. The main issue is that the game sucks. If the game was good for its price, it would have never been review bombed. At worst, it would have been mixed, okay? And then you could have said it was review bombed. This is not review bombing. Chief, this is bad game. You can do that. You can't have bare bone gameplay with nothing to offer and then be surprised that people are like, oh, dude, this is garbage. And also, they ask for feedback. Well, here it is. I mean, right? So let's redirect. This is not some coordinated attack on a game. This is a failure to live up to $50 early access. Perfect. Yes, it's not full release, it's an alpha. Putting $50 price tag to test a game is going to give people basic expectations. And that's what the copium inhalers are failing to understand. When you have a price tag, I'm gonna expect a certain result. Saying that, hey, they told you in the notification that it's early access, and they told you the game isn't fully ready for launch yet. That's not my problem. Brother, you're asking for $50 on an unfinished game, and you're offering me close to nothing? That is wild. You need to pay to have people test your game, not the other way around. I don't know when we got so confused that we started bending over for companies. We should hold companies liable. We stopped doing that. We literally turned QA testers into nothing, and now we are the QA testers. And we're praying for it. Like, what is going on with the MMO genre? I understand that we are so goddamn thirsty for a good MMO. Believe me, brother, I'm on that boat right next to you. I want a good MMO. I'm so sick and tired of playing a game that was made 20 plus years ago, okay? I play classic World of Warcraft and that's it. I don't play retail. I had enough of it. It's trash. And right now I'm kind of looking into other MMOs. But for now, I'm still playing classic WoW. And I'm annoyed. Like, I hate that. I hate playing a game that I already played millions of times. Like, I'm just done. I want something new. I want to be refreshed. But nobody's giving it to me. I'm just... No, wait, that sounded sus. Wait, scratch that. You know what? No, actually keep that. Nobody's giving me what I want. And that makes me angry. You know what? It makes me resentful. And to be honest, I'm sick of it. Because it just sucks. I mean, why nobody makes a good MMO? Why Steven, a player, he's a player. He's a hardcore player too. Hardcore MMO player failed to realize that being 10 plus years in development means something's wrong. I truly cannot understand it. And yes, there's the thing of, we need to make it perfect. So let's make it take as long as it takes. Brother, 10 years is more than enough. I mean, if it took you 7 years, I would have understand. 10? What the hell is going on? Something's fishy. And also, let's see, the price of the product has an effect of how we perceive things. Yep, Image of Sale Song was the price of a AAA game. people would have felt very differently. I actually think otherwise. I think Silksong was one of the most hyped up games and best games to deliver. And if it was AAA priced, yes, people would have looked at it with like a side eye. But I think most people would have been satisfied because that game delivered. Imagine if Megabunk was priced as a AAA. Nobody would have touched it. Yep, that is absolutely true. So, again, they're taking almost a AAA game price from you. I mean, it's so crazy. Isn't Clair Obscure Expedition 33 costed less on release? How the hell can you justify that? I mean, you have to be nuts. You have to be absolutely out of your damn mind. But yeah, it seems like most people agree here, so it is kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are starting to wake up, and you can clearly see it in the comments. And I'm actually glad it happens because I said this was coming and people was clowning on me. And as I continued making videos about this topic, I could clearly see how more and more people are starting to join my opinion. Because I knew I was right. Man, when no good game had over 10 years of development. Nothing. Like, nothing at all. And let's see, maybe there's something more interesting in here. Okay, this looks like a good one. What the hell am I playing? Put a bunch of hours in, and so far, I am astonished at the state of the game. Rubber bending makes an unplayable. Ooh, everything feels groggy, like I'm playing EA FIFA FC. Ooh! Oh, comparing to FIFA. Oh, God. Oh, God. Pressing buttons to interact with things is interesting to say the least. The sounds my mouth make hurt my brain. Actually, it didn't hurt this one. This is new to me. Tagging mobs is inexplicable. Yep, I see that. Quest, yikes! On and on and on. I'm shocked at the state of this game. Shocking. The chat is awesome. That's the best part of the game right now. Yeah, everyone is clowning around. I heard it's fantastic. I've seen some of it. Let's see. You're playing Crashes of Creation. That's actually new. I haven't heard this one before. Okay. No one... No one is shocked except Kaya. Oh man, this is the top meme right now. I love this. Like, if you've seen, there's a video showcasing like all the memes about this, like the pictures that people made. That is so dope. If you had done 5 minutes of research, you would have known the game isn't in a great state. Man, I'm looking for a defender. Isn't there a defender at White Knight? Deleted a subscription for this fee? Huh? Oh yeah, there should be a subscription. Yeah, he deleted that. Okay. We don't know what happened here, but he was ashamed. Every time I tune into a streamer, they're sitting at a mob camp for 6 hours grinding mobs, and they pretend like they're having a blast. Good time. Yeah, because they were probably sponsored to do so. Fun things, right? But it's been horrifying. That's why I only watch Asmongold. He's the only reliable source to give information about this type of things. And he said it was trash. Like, straight up. And, yeah, I mean, well, it seems like that's pretty much it. It's crazy, but everyone seems to be kind of dooming this, which is understandable, but I wouldn't doom this game yet. I do think it's approaching there. Maybe there's this one little hope inside of my heart. Maybe Steven will see all of this, and he will pivot. Maybe this will happen. I'm not sure. I think there's a slim to none chance this would happen, but maybe. Because Steven is notoriously bad at taking constructive criticism. He always takes the good criticism and say thank you to everyone and just throws flowers at them. But whenever something negative pops up, he either bans the person, like we've seen on that Kira video, or he just straight up ignores it. And I don't think he would make any statement about all of this. I literally do not think we're going to see a single statement from him, because that's what he's doing. He always obfuscate. I don't think he like straight up lies. I think he just not being transparent like he was promised. He only show us the things he want us to see. And that's pretty much it. I'm not thinking this game is going in a very good direction. And I always knew this Steam launch is going to be a huge failure. To be honest, I think most people have predicted that as well. Seeing how the recent development process has been going on. But yeah, I mean, it's just wild. It seems like us MMO players cannot take a break. Or, yeah, I mean, what can we do, right? All we have to do is play games that were made 10 plus years ago, which oddly enough, it's the same development time as Ashes of Creation. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna call it to end for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little Reddit session here. I tried something new, but yeah, I mean, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.